Well, we had a real big, outstanding day Saturday at Delaware Park. It was the first running of the Delaware Derby. We also had the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks, 3 other stake races. Some of the best horses in the country were at Delaware Park on Saturday. And thanks to all our fans and horsemen and bettors, we had a record handle. In the history of Delaware Park, we had the record handle today on Delaware Derby Day. We did nearly $6.4 million in handle, so thanks to all our fans and bettors for supporting us on a big day. Big 10 race card. Let's get right to it. I'm going to tell you all about it. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. They bet over 133,000 into the early pick 5 starting race 1. It was a claiming 10,000 for filly mares 3 and up, going a flat mile on the main track. The main track was fast all afternoon, and the turf was perfect and firm all afternoon. The rain stayed away. We had great weather. Let's talk about race 1. Okay, the 2, More Ransom, would go off, the heavy favorite for our leading trainer, Jamie Ness, with Jamie Rodriguez aboard. Let's see what happens here in race 1. Here's Josh Brown with the call.
Away and running. Good speed today from Sandpiper Memories, and Carol Girl is right there too. And there goes Extremely Gruntled 3 wide in the white cap of More Ransom. Once that early lead, so the pace is keen. Those are the first 4 as they have 7/8 of a mile to go. Force Acclamation rides the rail in front of Make Me Believe. A long-looking back markers are Conquest Dancer, and Think the Academy was the one who was reluctant to load. So More Ransom takes him out of the first turn with a neck in front, but Extremely Gruntled is right there up in the stakes, and these 2 ladies are in step with 5.5 furlongs to go. Sandpiper Memories yields the lead to the top 2 with 5 panels out. Carol Girl has the run of the race. Deep on the track is Make Me Believe. Those are the first 5 on settling down. Force Acclamation is still in front of 2, which is Conquest Dancer, and Think the Academy 4 furlongs out. And More Ransom, the favorite, continues to make play. Shows the way by a long half length. Sandpiper Memories trying to probe up the fence. Extremely Gruntled right there out running those astronomical odds for the moment. Make Believe is starting to close in, and Carol Girl is trying to find a seam, but stymied for the moment. Here's the 5/16 pole, and More Ransom continues to lead. Sandpiper Memories taking a crack at this favorite now. Carol Girl scampers up the fence, and Think the Academy goes very wide. They're homeward bound. More Ransom drifts out a bit. Slight contact with Sandpiper Memories, and these 2 to settle the score. More Ransom gives Rodriguez everything she has. Sandpiper Memories digging down deep and trying hard. A distant third is Carol Girl and Think the Academy. They're close to the finish. More Ransom holding. Sandpiper Memories running out of time. More Ransom has won it over Sandpiper Memories, then Carol Girl, and Think the Academy.
They bet over 517,000 into race 1, and the 6-year-old mare, More Ransom, by Runaway and Hyde, gets her 9th lifetime win. She's now made around $250,000 in career earnings. Good to see the 6-year-old mare run a big race for Madison Avenue Racing Stable, Morris Kernan Jr., and Jagger Inc. Jamie Ness picked up his 22nd win of the meet. He's your leading trainer, and that was the 22nd win of the meet for your leading jockey, Jamie Rodriguez. A $3 winner there, More Ransom in race 1. Let's take a look here at race 2. We would kick off the early pick 4 in race 2. We're on the turf. Turf is firm, going a mile and a 16th. Nice 45,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's take a look here at all the action from race 2.
Away and running. Good speed on the inside for Heggs today. Warning sign showing good early toe, and Durr Smart strikes the front. And Arctic Outbreak is right there too, so as they charge in front of the stands, it's Durr Smart, but has company today. Silly Rabbit and Union Bulldog right there, and these 3 start to slacken the pace. Warning Signs is up the inside in 4th, and Arctic Outbreaks in front of 4 rivals here, which is Chevy Man, Hall Monitor, Bjorn, and Heggs broke on top and then was soon outpaced. Up and around the first turn they go. It's Durr Smart leading the charge past the 6 furlong stick and shows the way 3/4 of a length. Silly Rabbit on a cozy hold tracks in 2nd, and Warning Sign stays against the PVC in 3rd. Union Bulldog is 3 bats deep, passing the 5 furlong pole, and Arctic Outbreak continues to scrape paint in 5th. Chevy Man's a tracking 6th, while Hall Monitor continues to save a lot of ground. Bjorn has 1 beaten, and Higgs has to come with a big close and a soft pace too. 4 furlongs out before they greet Street the judge, and Dur Smart continues to lead, but Silly Rabbit continues to hound. Union Bulldog stacks them up 3 across the course. Warning signs crying out for room at the 3 furlong stage. Chevy Man is deep on the track, and Hall Monitor continues to ride that rail. 3 of them stretch their legs to the quarter pole, and Union Bulldog has outside momentum. Dur Smart is right there too. Silly Rabbit's in for the fight. Chevy Man goes wide. Warning signs in tight. They swing, and it's Dur Smart pushes come to shove, and Silly Rabbit tries to get on past, and here comes Warning Signs, who's starting to erupt down the center of the track, and Warning Signs surges to the front at 6-5. Warning Signs has won it. There's a 3-way photo for second between Hall Monitor, Chevy Man, and Dur Smart.
They bet almost 44,000 into the early pick 4, over 418,000 total handle for race 2, and the 4 Warning Signs goes off 6-5 for trainer Kelsey Danner. Nice, good-looking 4-year-old colt by Bernardini. Paco Lopez would pick up his first win of the day. It would be a big day for Paco and Kelsey Danner. Warning Signs gets his second lifetime win. He pays $460 in race 2. Race 3 would kick off another pick 5. They bet over 55,000 into the pick 5 starting race 3. We're going 5.5 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance, scratch to 1. Still a nice field of sprinters here in race 3. Let's go to Josh and see what happens.
Obeah running. Good speed on the inside from Ben's Hero today, but that was short-lived as Furmantown, English Daddy, and Lex also mixes it up, and the pace is hot. Words of Fortune came away a hustling fourth. Up the inside, Ben's Hero shares that position with Boyd's Band, and Tojo's Mojo has a hot pace to chase. Half a mile to go, and Furmantown had to work hard to get the lead today, and English Fight takes that battle to him, and English Daddy now loops in that second place position. Lex is deep on the course in that third place position, and Boyd's Band rides the rail. Ben's Hero is closing into it nicely in front of Words of Fortune, and Tojo's Mojo still last of all. Here's the quarter pole, a new leader. English Daddy comes calling for the lead. Furmantown ties the kick again. Boyd's Band is crying out for room in the blue cap. Lex is in with a fighting chance. Ben's Hero is starting to be produced on the far outside. Still a few chances. English Daddy leads, but pushes come to shove, and Lex comes storming to the top. Tojo's Mojo is closing in from out of the clouds. It's Lex holding on by a thread. Tojo's Mojo getting closer every step of the way. Photo finish. Tojo's Mojo and Lex in a head bobber.
Tojo's Mojo would get up in the final strides and win the head bob to give jockey Paco Lopez his second win of the day. Tojo's Mojo, a 3-year-old by Name Changer, was a first-time gelding today, and he gets his second lifetime win for trainer John Salzman Jr., shipping up from Maryland to get the money with Tojo's Mojo, a $7.80 winner in race 3. They bet over 400,000 total handle there in race 3. Race 4, nice big field on the turf. We'd kick off another pick 4 in race 4. We're going 1 mile and a 16th on the firm turf course. Nice first level allowance condition for straight 3-year-olds. Optional claiming 75,000. Some real nice 3-year-olds in here. Bill Mott would have a horse coming off the layoff. The 13 Simulate would be one of the favorites here in race 4. Let's see what happens in this nice turf field.
Obeah running. Good inside speed from Ohio Joe today. Right next door is Antisocial, and Nat Gas guns it, and there's the inside speed of Twain. So those are the first 4 that link up with the course proper. Twain takes over the lead over Antisocial and Nat Gas, and up the inside Ohio Joe shares 4th with Light Mood. Pulling hard is Just to Fly in front of 4 rivals, which is Harrigan, Simulate. Second last near the backfield is 12 Treasures, and last of all is the Gray, fully authorized. So Twain out in front, but it's only 3/4 of a length. Antisocial is going to make that one work hard today with 5.5 furlongs to go, and they space the rest by 3. Nat Gas continues to protect the inside position, and Light Mood is 3 paths off the rail in 4th. Ohio Joe floats along in 5th, and Just to Fly tracks in 6th. Here comes Harrigan with a big middle move on the far outside to claim 4th, and something with a miss with Nat Gas. Nat Gas is not being persevered with. 12 Treasures passes that one along with Simulate, and last is now fully authorized. They round the far turn. Twain continues to call the shots. That lead is down to half a length. Antisocial breathing down that rival's neck in second. Light Mood is right there. Harrigan continues to pick them off one by one. Now the plot thickens with a quarter to go. Twain leads, but for how much longer? Antisocial taking another crack at this leader. Harrigan is out 3 deep. 12 Treasures is 4 wide. They swing, and it's still Twain holding on by a thread. Light Mood has all kinds of room up the inside. Here comes Light Mood to strike the front. Simulate is closing in late. Antisocial's in for the fight. Twain is hanging tough. Light Mood is almost home. Light Mood has prevailed to beat Twain, Antisocial, and Simulate.
Well, trainer Graham Ocean might have a real nice turf horse here. The French-bred Light Mood by the French stallion City Light out of a Mizzen Mass mare. Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard for the winning ride. Graham Ocean gets the win. That was the American debut for Light Mood. She had first-time Lasix today and a real big effort against a nice allowance field. So a $7 winner there with Light Mood to get her second lifetime win. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 5 would kick off the stakes action with the $100,000 Alapocas going 6 furlongs. We would kick off an all-stakes pick 5 here in race 4. The handle would stay strong. We did nearly $600,000 in race 4, and we did about the same in race 5. They bet over $163,000 into that all-stakes pick 5 that started in the Alapocas. Scratch the 2. Let's take a look here at top sprinters in the Alapocas.
Away and running. A touch slow is Counter Spy. Bucarino showing that good early speed, and Sunny Breeze is right there too. And Full Moon Madness under some pent-up power joins Sir Wellington for that third place position. Counter Spy's in front of 1, and Damon's Mound is last of all as they gallop down the back of the track in the Alapocas Stakes. And Sunny Breeze tries to cause an upset here and shows the way by half a length, but Bucarino is pulling hard under the jockey's hands and deep on the track trying to close in. Here comes a move from Sir Wellington. Behind a trio of speed is Full Moon Madness. Counter Spy has 1 beaten, and Damon's Mound's in traffic. Still multiple chances as that quarter pole looms. Bucarino is the first one to kick for home in that orange cap. Sunny Breeze is going to try to counter in second, and Full Moon Madness is crying out for room. They turn for home. Bucarino went very wide, battling Sunny Breeze the length of the stretch. Full Moon Madness is on full tilt mode, and Damon's Mound is closing in too. Bucarino is in for the fight of his life. Full Moon Madness is on attack mode. Here comes Full Moon Madness. Bucarino holding. Full Moon Madness surging. Full Moon Madness has won the Alapocas to beat Bucarino, Damon's Mound, and Sunny Breeze.
Full Moon Madness would give Irad Ortiz Jr. his second win of the afternoon. This is a real nice homebred for JMS Stable and trainer Michelle Nevin, 5-year-old by Into Mischief. Gets his 5th lifetime win, now over $400,000 in earnings for Full Moon Madness, a $5.80 winner in the Alapocas. They bet over $550,000 into race 5, and like I said, that all stakes pick 5 got $163,000 bet into it. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 would also kick off the late pick 5. It's the $150,000 Obeah Stakes for filly mares 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. Saida Mara, a big second in the Delaware Oaks last year. She's coming off the layoff today in the Obeah for Bill Mott. Let's see what happens here in race 6.
Away and running. Nice level start. Good speed on the outside for Malibu Beauty today. Foxy Jr.'s right there in close attendance too. And Gun Songs on a nice cozy hold in that second place position. Sidamara gets a little bit of pace to chase with Morty Macha second last. And Ragtime Bell whips them in. Around the Paddock Grove turn they go. And Malibu Beauty at 10-1 at last glance shows the way by a length and a half. But Gun Song has the box seat today in that second place position. And Foxy Juniors popped off the rail for a clear shot at the top two. Sidamara, the lightly raced 4-year-old, is on hold in a joint third place position, and a gap of 4 back to Morning Matcha. And last of all is Ragtime Bell. There's been no twist to the plot with 5 furlongs out. Malibu Beauty carves out the clock, still leads by a length and a half under a very tight hold, and Gun Song is lurking in the shadows in second, and Foxy Jr. is going to be caught in the 3 path on both turns. Sidamara hasn't been asked yet. Morning Matcha tries to get closer, and Ragtime Bell, the long shot, is last of all. They turn again. Malibu Beauty trying to stick the trip. Gun Song right there trying to level up to that speed. 3 wide on the outside is Foxy Jr. Sidamara's asked for running, not responding. Here's the quarter pole, and Malibu Beauty upset on her mind. She leads by 1. Gun Song is chasing in second as they turn to the top of the stretch. Malibu Beauty brought her A game to the table today in the Obeah Stakes and leads by 2. Gun Song loomed and continues to give game chase in second. Foxy Jr. and up the fence is Ragtime Bell. Malibu Beauty is putting on a dazzling display today. Gun Song is second best to the winner. Malibu Beauty has conquered the Obeah Stakes at 10-1 to be Gun Song, Ragtime Bell, and Foxy Jr.
What an awesome mare this is. The 7-year-old mare, Malibu Beauty by Buffum, a Maryland bred, a homebred for ZWP Stable and Non-Stop Stable, and trainer Gary Capuano. Gary Cap's done a marvelous job with this mare. He won 4 races with her last year, made over $200,000, and maybe she's even better this year as a 7-year-old. She wins coast to coast in the Obeah, goes off 10-1. That's her 14th lifetime win. Now over $900,000 in career earnings for the 7-year-old Malibu Beauty, a big $22 winner in the Obeah to give Paco Lopez his 3rd win of the day. They bet over $145,000 into the late pick 5. They bet about $534,000 total handle into the Obeah. Let's take a look here. Race 7 to kick off the final pick 4 of the day. It's the $200,000 Cape Henlopen, going 1.5 miles on the firm turf course for 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch the 2 Masterpiece, who was second choice in the morning line. Still a real nice field of 10 turf routers here. Bill Mott would have the heavy favor, the 3 K Army. Let's see what happens here in the Cape Henlopen.
Away and running. Good level start. On the outside, starting over was the first one to ping, but Dripping Gold is hard sent for that lead, and the early lead goes to Dripping Gold. On the outside, starting over is right there in close attendance too, and Harrow comes away in 3rd. Worthington tracks the speed in 4th, and Vote No is down against the fence around the far turn first time round. Cyber Ninja dons the red cap and is 3 paths deep, and Desvedio in front of 3. The favorite K Army's in front of 2, which is Lord Edgar Stark, and near the back pack early is El Cidriano. So they come in front of the stands for the first time round, and Dripping Gold passes the quarter pole for the first time, trying to relax the pace and shows the way by 1. Starting over is 2 paths deep in second, and deep on the track is Worthington, right there in a position to challenge. Harrow continues to protect that rail position in 4th, and Cyber Ninja's under attack, and here comes K Army with a menacing early move. Up the inside, Vote No heads Desvio, still second to last is Lord Edgar Stark, and El Ciliano is at the pack of the pack. 1 lap to go, and it's Dripping Gold who makes play, but gets confronted right away. Starting over is right there in between rivals, and now Worthington goes 5 paths deep as they go around the 2nd of 3 left turns. Harrow has a dream run up the fence and now lands 3rd with about 6 furlongs left to go. K Army is right there on hold, and so is Vote No. Desvio's making a big move as they go back to where they began. Cyber Ninja still in front of 2, which is Lord Edgar Stark, and El Ciliano whips them in. So Dripping Gold trying to see this through for another 4.5 furlongs, desperately clinging to a 3/4 of a length lead. Starting over right there has hounded this leader every step of the way. Harrow has the box seat if good enough. Right behind that one is K Army, but is shuffled in the meantime, and now is in 4th as they turn again. Dripping Gold is trying to hold on for 3 more desperate furlongs. Starting over is right there in for the fight. Harrow's trying to be unleashed from 3rd. Vote No rides the rail. Desvio's in 5th. The favorite K Army has dropped dropped right away to last. They turn to the top of the stretch in the Cape Henlopen, and now starting over, kicks for the money and leads by a long neck. Dripping Gold is fighting hard for every single yard. Harrow's right there in the fight, but here comes Vote No, and it's Harrow to try to take the lead. Vote No is uncoiling in the center of the track at 2-1, and from the back of the pack, Vote No has won the Cape Henlopen. Harrow was second, starting over third, and Dripping Gold was fourth.
Well, a real neat story here. Vote No was claimed by trainer Kelsey Danner for $40,000 last March. First race off the claim was a nice big allowance win at Indiana mid-May, and now they win the $200,000 Cape Henlopen with the one Vote No, a 4-year-old son of Divisadero. Nice claim, Kelsey Danner. The Danner barn picks up their second win of the day. That's the fourth win of the day for Paco Lopez. He had a monster Delaware Derby day. Vote No gets his fifth lifetime win. He's now made over $600,000 in career earnings. He pays $640 to win the Cape Henlopen. The bettors really showed up for the Cape Henlopen. They bet over $1.2 million into the Cape Henlopen. That was the biggest handle by race of the day. All right, let's start. By the way, the favorite there, the 3K Army for the Mott Barn. That horse was eased. He did walk away on his own power and appeared to be okay. All right, let's take a look here. Race 8, the first ever running of the $200,000 Delaware Derby for some of the best 3-year-olds in the country. We're going a mile and a 16th on the main track. Scratch the 2, scratch the 4, and scratch the 10. Let's see what happens in the inaugural running of the Delaware Derby.
They're in the gate. Away and running. Kentucky Outlaw missed the break. Good speed from Barbadian Runner today. Sacred Thunder is right there too, and now Kentucky Outlaw wants a piece of the action, and Admiral Dennis floors it from the inside. So with 7.5 furlongs to go, Kentucky Outlaw and Admiral Dennis, they set a very rapid pace here as they turn left, and Sacred Thunder poised to pounce on the both of them. Pascaline came away in fourth with a huge divide of 5. Back to Barbadian Runner, who tracks in fifth. And the last 3 is Surfside Moon, deep on the track, Omaha, and the Hooligans already coming under a drive. 5.5 furlongs to go in the inaugural running of the Delaware Derby, and Kentucky Outlaw sets a very quick agenda here with 5 furlongs to go. Sacred Thunder tries to scamper up the rail, but Admiral Dennis holding that one in. Pascaline is committed to a wide kick, and there's a separation of 5. Here comes Omaha with Surfside Moon. The rail belongs to Barbadian Runner, and the Hooligans in the thick of it too. 3.5 furlongs to go in the Delaware Derby, and Kentucky Outlaw still calls the shots, but pushes come to shove. Admiral Dennis is right there, poised to pounce on this leader in second. Pascaline's going very wide. Sacred Thunder comes under a drive. Barbadian Runners crying out for room. Surfside Moon is deep on the track as they turn for home, and there goes the catapulting strides of Admiral Dennis at the top of the stretch, and Admiral Dennis kicks for the money and leads by 1. Kentucky Outlaw trying to rally on the outside. Barbadian Runner closes in with Sacred Thunder, but here is the first ever winner of the Delaware Derby, and Admiral Dennis came with a scintillating score. Admiral Dennis has won it. Barbadian Runner second, Kentucky Outlaw third, and Sacred Thunder was fourth.
Well, the Brad Cox barn, they like to ship here to Delaware Park and win a bunch of stake races. They win the inaugural running of the Delaware Derby as the 3 Admiral Dennis full of run in the stretch. Congratulations to the All Ball family stables and trainer Brad Cox. Nice ride there. Jockey Luan Machado. Admiral Dennis, a 3-year-old colt by Constitution out of a Union Rags mare, gets his 3rd lifetime win, now over $300,000 in career earnings. So congratulations to all the winning connections of Admiral Dennis winning the first ever Delaware Derby. They bet over $800,000 into the Delaware Derby. All right, let's take a look at the other co-feature of the day, the Grade 3 Delaware Oaks for $300,000. Some of the best 3-year-old fillies in the country, going a mile and a 16th on the main track. Nice field of 9 here in the Oaks. Let's see what happens.
Away and running. Bobbling start for Complexity Jane. Good speed on the outside for What in the Literal. And Fondley's right there too. Complexity Jane puts more fuel into the fire and the pace is quick. And Late Night Call came away in fourth position. As they round the turn, Paris Lily is taken 3 paths deep, but is out of trouble and in front of 4 rivals early. Cassiar, Kinsey Queen, Dinosaur, and Margie's Intention has a fast pace to close into. So Fondley takes the lead and the jockey takes a firm hold too in the Delaware Oaks and shows the way by 3/4 of a length, but Paris Lily is eager to go and applies that token pace pressure with 5.5 furlongs out. Complexity Jane rides the rail and What in the Literal is right there too. Cassiar is deep on the track with 5 furlongs to go. Late Night Call is right there in a position to challenge. Kinsey Queen's in traffic. Dinosaur is going to be caught 5 paths deep, and Margie's Intention still on hold. So Fondley has a massive pursuer behind, and that is Paris Lily, only 3/4 of a length off the speed. Cassiar is right there too. Complexity Jane rides that rail. Dinosaur out deep. Kinsey Queen needs to do a little bit better. Late Night Call comes under a ride. Margie's Intention still second last, and What in the Literal whips them in. Now Fondley comes to the quarter pole in the Delaware Oaks, confidently handled and leads 3/4 of a length. Paris Lily has all of her chips in the pot. Cassiar's had a very wide trip, and Margie's Intention is starting to storm home, but has a lot of fairy ground to close in, and Fondley kicks away in the Delaware Oaks with a massive kick and leads by 2. The posse's trying to close in, including Paris Lily, Kinsey Queen, and Margie's Intention, but Fondley had a dazzling win in the Delaware Oaks today. Fondley has won it. Margie's Intention second. Kinsey Queen flew home to be in a photo with Paris Lily.
The 3-year-old filly finally, she won the Virginia Oaks back in March. Didn't run too well on that off track in the Kentucky Oaks, but she got right back to her winning ways today for Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners and trainer Graham Motion. That's the second win of the day for the Motion barn. Graham Motion, he's won the Oaks before. He gets another big win here in this historic race. Finally, what a nice 3-year-old filly by Upstart she is. She gets her 3rd lifetime win from 4 starts. She's now made over $300,000 in career earnings, and finally gave jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. his 3rd win of the day. Finally pays $980 to win the Delaware Oaks. They bet over $752,000 into the Delaware Oaks. All right, one more race to talk about. Let's show you race 10, a nice big maiden special weight going a mile and a 16th on the firm turf course for 3-year-olds and upwards. Scratch to 6. And that's it. Big field of 10 here in the finale. Let's go to Josh and see what happens.
Away and running. Good speed one from the inside for Davino. Richard Feynman going to keep that one honest. And the orange cap of Flamenco Star drops away. And now Hope's Alive guns it from gate 1. A new leader as they link up. And it's Hope's Alive who takes the lead. Davino's on a nice cozy hold in second. And Richard Feynman's in the box seat today. Flamenco Star tracks the speed in that 4th place position. And Juice rides the rail. Vintage Year will team up with that rival. There's 3 chasing behind. Sounds Like Fun is up the inside with Operation Varsity, deep on the track bully for you. Mr. Fantastico, the last one in and the last one away. They leave the first turn behind. 5.5 furlongs to go in the last of the day, and Hope's Alive makes play. Shows the way by a length and a gray tail, but Davino is poised to stalk on the outside second, and Richard Feynman continues to enjoy a lovely trail in that 3rd place position. Flamenco Star is out of trouble in that 4th place spot. Vintage Year tries to get closer. Deep on the track is Operation Varsity, who starts to advance nicely. Sounds Like Fun is picked off Juice. Second last bully for you. And Mr. Fantastico, last of all, they turn again. And Hope's Alive is trying to see this through, but only a neck away is Davino. These two have now kicked on from the opposition. Richard Feynman still right there in a cozy spot. Flamenco Star has no more to give. Operation Varsity's a struggling 5th as they turn for home. Davino is ready to play its hand and now pounces to the lead. Davino's kicked away by a long neck. Hope's Alive trying to stick with this rival. Here come Richard Feynman down the center of the track, but Davino still giving plenty. Richard Feynman chasing. Hope's Alive has no more to give, and late on the scene is Vintage Year. Davino has won it over Richard Feynman, Hope's Alive, and Vintage Year.
Davino is making his turf debut and going long for the first time. He goes right to the winner's circle for trainer Michael Stidham, who gets his 8th win of the meet. Nice ride there. Julio Hernandez, who picks up his 14th win of the meet. Davino, a nice 4-year-old colt by Good Magic out of an AP Indy mare, goes off 7-2 and breaks his maiden this afternoon and pays $9.60. So race 10 would wrap up Delaware Derby Day. Once again, congratulations to all our winning connections on a big day. Thanks to all our fans, our bettors, and our horsemen for participating on a historic day here at Delaware Park. Thanks again. Once again, our handle, a little shy of $6.4 million. That's a record for Delaware Park. Thanks once again, and we hope to see you next week.